Now let's move on to your career after boxing, because you've made more millionaires probably out of the Australian local scene than any person manageable. I mean, when you first started promoting, Jeff, it was pretty tough probably for you, but after, I mean, you developed Vic Darcinian into a world champion. You made Danny Green into a millionaire. The Hussey brothers, Billy Hussein now is going to leave a legendary name as a trainer learning off you. You've left the game in fantastic order.
Well, I'd like to think that obviously we all make mistakes, and I made some mistakes along the way, but somebody's got to make mistakes so other people correct them, they learn from them, and I just think that some promoters out there today, like Angelo Di Carlo in Brisbane, yourself here, I think that I opened up the window so you could see how easy it was to get you guys in these positions and get fights for them, and I think that, apart from, like I said, Vic Darcinian, Danny Green, all the other guys that I've helped, I think that like I said, I've left a legacy that we're respected overseas now. And Angelo Hyder, for instance, he'll go over there and anybody he talks to, he gets the boys a fight. So, look, I think Australian boxing is very healthy at the moment, that we're getting our boys fights. We've got Katsudis over there, and I got off the plane a couple of weeks ago in America the day after he fought Mike Tyson. Jeff, did you see that Aussie, that Katsudis? He's going to make a lot of money. So, look, I think boxing's pretty strong at the moment, and it's in good hands, like thanks to guys like yourself, like I said, Angelo Di Carlo up in Brisbane. They're putting on some great shows, and I'm just hoping that we can all work together instead of pull apart, and that's the only thing that's wrong with Australian boxing, that somebody wants to do this, or the first thing will happen, Jeff Fenech won't pay. I've never not paid anybody, and although you hear the stories all the time, I'm just happy that I help some young kids. And to be honest, my highlight of my whole boxing career was not winning any of my world titles, was being in the corner for Danny Green when he beat Eric Lucas. I've never been happier in after a fight in my life than that fight night.
Fantastic. Let's just go over Mike Tyson. Now, how is he? What was it like training Mike Tyson? I mean, put him on a pad. Is there raw power and speed there that you haven't felt from any other fighter? Every
day, Pete, after we'd do the pad work, my elbow joints had to get massaged, and I put cream on. It hurt, but he's just a great friend of mine, and we're still great friends today. Over the last 7 months, I've most probably been in America with him for 4 months. He's in rehab at the moment. 7 months now he's been clean, not a drink, not a drug, which is something that I applaud him for. I love him, and I just hope that he can keep up this good work, and he'll make a fortune now that he's clean and he's doing the right thing.
An average hang day with Mike Tyson, no training, you and him are just mates, what would you do?
Well, most nights, in the night...
Nights you mentioned. Just an average...
Well, in the day, we just drive around, walk through the shops, look around, we talk. He'll always go and see some of his friends. We just sit around for hours in either little barber shops or clothes shops. We just talk to people. And then we'll, like I said, 7:30, 8 o'clock, we go to a famous restaurant in LA called Argos. It's Robert De Niro's restaurant, where we'll go and we sit there for hours. We know everybody there, so we'll sit and eat and talk, and
What's Mike order? Is he a big eater?
Yeah, on occasions he'll just have bits of everything, and he loves dessert and he loves sorbet at the end of it, so he's a pretty big eater.
Is it crazy that people around him always asking autographs, photos? You cop it here in Australia big time.
Nothing like he cops it. I've never seen nothing like it. I've never seen a person that can just stop a crowd. And look, he's always good. He's science for everybody. So irrespective of what anybody thinks about him, he's the nicest guy in the world. He never knocks anybody back for a photo or an autograph. And while we're there, I've seen hundreds of Australians that come home happy because they've got photos and autographs from Mike Tyson.
I've never seen you knock back a photo or an autograph either. Mate, let's go over Barry Michael. There was a challenge put out. What happened there?
I don't know. Barry, a few years back, obviously wanted to fight me for a good reason, money, but the funny thing was, Peter, that about 3 years ago when he was yelling out, "I've been chasing Jeff Fenech for 20 years," that was way back in about 2004, 2005. Well, 20 years ago, I was at the Olympic Games and I was a bantamweight. After that, I was a flyweight. After that, I won the bantamweight title. In '89, I was the featherweight champion of the world. So I'm not sure how, for these 20 years that he chased me. But as soon as I lost the fight, Barry Michaels did chase me. Like a lot of people, they like to prey on somebody when some adversity or something happens. But look, mate, I think Barry Michaels was a great fighter, one of the toughest guys you could ever put a glove on. But when people ask me, could I have beaten Barry Michaels, I don't really enter into the equation. But Jeff Malcolm, Barry Michaels said, was the hardest guy that he ever fought, and Jeff Malcolm beat Barry Michaels quite easily. Just ask Jeff Malcolm; he'll tell you exactly who would win the fight. I've sparred thousands of rounds with him, the same as Barry Michael has. And if anybody knows who should be there, ask him. And again, I just heard recently that Lester Ellis has put a book out and said that he dropped me with a body shot, which again is a blatant lie. Lester Ellis hurt me with a body shot one day, but it wasn't even in the body, it was on my hip bone. And at the end of the round, because I went down and I did a few kneels up and down to get some blood circulating, all of a sudden I got dropped in a spar. But I do remember when Lester and Graham Brooks, who's a great guy, Graham Brooks, a great friend of mine, I love you, Graham, but I remember when they came back to spar me a couple of months later, they came for a week. They arrived on Friday night for the first sparring session. On Friday night they left. So that's a true story. You can ask Graham Brooks yourself. You can ask Lester Ellis if he remembers that. Obviously he remembers punching me to the body, like I said. And listen, if Lester Ellis dropped me with a body shot, I'd be proud to say, because Lester Ellis is a great body puncher. But he never dropped me with a body shot. Maybe it's something that might sell a couple of extra books or make him feel a little better. But I'm pretty honest when it comes to that. I respect Lester Ellis and Barry Michael. They're two great Australian world champions, and I just hope that they have a lot of success now after boxing. And I think that's one of the problems with a lot of people in our sport. They look at somebody else that's having success and they get a little bit envious and they want to drag them down. To me, I just think that Barry Michael was one of the toughest guys I've ever seen. Lester Ellis was one of the most skillful. And then we just go on. And I heard that just recently Barry Michael said that all my fighters leave me. Well, I left Danny Green. Danny Green wouldn't come to America to train with Mike Tyson, so it was an amicable decision. Danny Green wanted me to train him. Victor Roganov still rings me to train him. Victor Archinian, I left because Victor Archinian did the wrong thing to me while he was in Australia and I was in America. So just to get some things straight, no fighters have left me. And if I wanted to train tomorrow, I'd have a gym full. But I think
you'd have a stadium full.
Well, I don't need to. I don't need to train fighters. I'm happy.
Let's just to end this interview. If you had to invite 3 people around to dinner, dead or alive, who would they be?
Oh.
Dead or alive? Any 100, 200 years ago? Any?
Well, I'd like to have Mike Tyson with me, because he's a great friend of mine. But then I'd have to invite a couple of ladies, maybe Rachel Hunter, Elle McPherson.
There you go.
Girls,
great taste, Jeff. You've got great taste. Look, mate.
And hopefully they'd pick me over.